Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Welcome to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta, and today we're talking about a study that's linking a childhood bug to bowel cancer. Bowel cancer, once seen mostly in older adults, has risen dramatically amongst the younger populations in their 20s, 30s, and 40s over the last 30 years. Now, that's interesting. What's increased in the last 30 years? Processed foods, toxins, all of that stuff. It has also increased in the older populations that you've seen it in. So most people are suffering from gut issues. While there are likely multiple factors contributing to this, 2 doctors that study cancer have seen this early onset, suggesting that a common childhood infection, E. coli, can trigger this disease. And it's a very specific E. coli bacteria known as the PKS positive E. coli, which may be linked to these early stages of bowel cancer. So what does this mean? Well, it might release a toxin that damages the cells inside the bowel, potentially leading to cancer over time. And interestingly, many young patients that are diagnosed aren't overweight. They don't have the typical disease factors, obesity, insulin resistance, and all of that. But these subtle bacteria changes in the gut might be playing a bigger role in the increasing rates of the disease in the younger generations. So these doctors are really puzzled. They're even finding it in marathon runners, triathletes, or people that just don't eat that junk food that we were talking about, right? Well, colon cancer, also called bowel or colorectal cancer, affects the large bowel, which includes the colon and rectum. This is why I tell you, you got to poop, right? You got to get those toxins out. It often starts from small precancerous growths known as polyps. And that's why people are getting those colonoscopies, and it's more important than ever, right? So, okay, what are the signs to look for? Bleeding from the bottom, blood in your stools, change in your bowel habits lasting more than 3 weeks, unexplained weight loss, extreme fatigue without a clear reason, abdominal pain. And though this is mostly found in people over 50, you also want to look to see if you have a family history of this disease, a personal history of polyps, or suffer from conditions like Crohn's disease. Leaving this unhealthy gut can also raise the risk factor. And what is your lifestyle? Are you eating those processed foods? Are you not moving your body? Are you constipated? So treatments usually involve surgery, chemo, radiation. Early detection is critical. More than 90% of people with stage 1 bowel cancer survive more than 5 years, but only about 1/3 of the cases are caught in that early stage. So it's really important. Now, I personally, this hits home for me because when I was at my rock bottom and at the beginning of my health journey, I got E. coli all of the time. I was on the verge of Crohn's disease. I had colitis. I had PCOS. I had everything else going on, heavy metals. I didn't know what the healthy foods were, even though I was trying to eat healthy. And what I found was that it wasn't necessarily getting the E. coli from contaminated food, but you could be eating the wrong foods that trigger the E. coli that's in your gut already to take over the good guys. It's a reminder that the good bacteria or your gut bacteria imbalances can trigger harmful pathogens without it even being a classic case of food poisoning. It's not just about the E. coli. There are other gut pathogens that are causing issues, and more people than ever are dealing with constipation, bloating, digestive issues. These are signs. It's not normal to have gas. It's not normal to have diarrhea or constipation. What constitutes constipation? You need to be going to the bathroom 1 to 3 times a day, right? Every time you eat, you poop. What did we look for when we had babies? They were sleeping, right? We would have them eat and we would change their diaper. We wanted them to poop every time they ate. That is what the human body's supposed to do. So what I realized is that when your gut bacteria is out of balance, the bad bugs can take over to make my gut and my colon more resistant against these harmful bacteria like E. coli and salmonella, and to prevent things like the bloating, constipation, leaky gut, and even these chronic illnesses that we're talking about. I have found a few supplements that absolutely have changed my life. I would go to a restaurant and I used to sit there, take the first bite of food, and have this trapped gas, feeling so uncomfortable, could not wait to get home to go lay down. Now I can eat almost anything that I want to and feel fantastic. I don't have bloat, constipation, and I don't even have the hair loss or the skin issues that I used to have associated with gut issues. So what are the supplements? Number one is the accelerated cellular detox powder. I take a scoop of this at night, every single night. And if I go out to dinner, I'll take an extra scoop before I go because I don't know what's going to be in that food, right? It's nicknamed the gut superhero. It blends 6 organic ingredients to tackle that gut inflammation and bloat while balancing both diarrhea and constipation, regardless of which way you are. It soaks up food poisoning like the pathogens like E. coli and salmonella. It absorbs years of accumulated toxins in addition to the toxins just from today. And then it is enhanced with scalar frequencies like all of the accelerated health products to help enhance the efficacy of the product. It is meant to detox the body from the insecticides, pesticides, heavy metals, even radiation. It also helps against the inflammation and the side effects from that processed foods that you're supposed to stay away from, but might sneak into your diet once in a while, right? Next is the accelerated leaky gut bundle. The goal of this bundle is to make you more resilient so you can handle some of the foods that I tell you you shouldn't be eating all of the time. It includes the Megaspore, Megapre, and Megamucosa. Megaspore is unlike a regular probiotic. It's a spore biotic that reconditions the gut, and what it's doing is it's populating your gut with what you need, which might be different than what I need. So I'm going to get a different population than you from the same supplement. It literally has a brain, goes down there, survives the stomach acid, unlike most probiotics, and it will fill your gut with the right biotics that it needs. Megapre is meant to feed the megaspore bacteria, and the megamucosa helps restore that gut lining. It is essentially healing that leaky gut. So it makes you more resilient for the next meal that you have. Next is Holozyme. Holozyme and HCL Guard have been game changers for me. I've tested every single enzyme out there because I've had gut issues since day one. I was the weird one in the family, right? Everyone else could eat anything and I couldn't. Well, Holozyme is the first enzyme that has worked for me. It's designed to alleviate gas, bloating, cramping, undigested food issues by using activated digestive enzymes. Most products don't have that. Holozyme is the only one that does. It's backed by 6 clinical studies and works across a pH range of the lowest to the highest. So it's extremely effective. And part of the issue with digestion and with diseases like we're talking about here is we're not digesting and absorbing the nutrients, and we're causing this whole disruption of gut pathogens in our gut, providing an environment so these bad guys can take over the good guys. Now, our modern day lifestyle, the spike protein, the heavy metals, the stress, the microplastics, all of these things causing leaky gut is causing this environment where it's just asking for a bad guy like E. coli to take over, leading to long-term, more severe effects. Now, in addition to the Holozyme, I mentioned the HCL Guard. Why do I love this? Most of us have low stomach acid, and that is what's causing low nutrient absorption, hair falling out, muscle issues, skin issues, digestive issues. But what this does is it creates an acidic environment in the stomach that kills pathogens like E. coli before they can even cause issues. That's why I haven't had a bout of E. coli since taking HCL Guard. I used to have them all the time. and it was horrible. I could tell exactly what was going on. I would be bloated. It actually made me more constipated. My bowel movements were definitely changed, and I knew right away that I had it. I have not had that issue since taking HCL Guard, because HCL Guard is killing the bugs before they can even take hold of your gut, right? It also addresses issues like constipation, bloating, the fullness after meals, and it helps break down the food. It activates pepsin, which is the protein enzyme. It releases minerals like B12 and calcium, kills those harmful pathogens, not just E. coli, stimulates bile and enzyme release for better digestion, and it just helps the overall digestive system. Now, I've talked about in a lot of the podcasts lately that histamine reaction and histamine intolerance has increased significantly over the last 4 years. And most people are needing some sort of histamine supplement. Histo Harmony is what I take and what I recommend. It's a DAO enzyme supplement that helps break down histamine and reduce histamine intolerance symptoms like headaches, bloating, and skin rashes. Do you know seasickness is also histamine intolerance and your allergies? So you can take this even away from food to go after some things like that. It uses a patented technology delivering more than 20,000 histamine degrading units per tablet, way more than any other supplement. So it is something that I take with every meal. If I feel inflamed, water retention, headache, anything like that, I'll take an extra dose even away from my meals. Next is the Laxa Comfort. You gotta poop. That's what we've been talking about, right? Well, people that have come to me with the most severe constipation have said, Sara, you're a lifesaver. This supplement, I'm pooping every day, called Laxa Comfort. So that constipation can cause your body to reabsorb toxins and excess estrogens, causing gut issues. And Laxa Comfort works gently, but it works every time within 6 to 8 hours. The last thing I want to mention is the Hiwi Microgen device. You've heard me talk about it. This has been a game changer. I've actually had people that were taking Laxa Comfort for constipation don't need it anymore because of the gut programs on the Hiwi. There's over 60,000 programs. It can address almost any health concern you have, whether it's organ support, intestinal inflammation, parasites cleansing, E. coli. It's got lots of programs for that, or salmonella, food poisoning, fatty liver, insulin resistance, hormonal imbalances, thyroid health. Do you have hypothyroidism? Muscle building, testosterone. I've been playing around with all of these, even pain management. But some of the most powerful reviews that I have gotten are for colon health, constipation, intestinal inflammation. I even have a friend who didn't think she had any colon issues. And after one night of me setting up a program for her colon inflammation, she goes, oh my gosh, what is that machine? I've never pooped so much in my life. And I see my six pack for the first time. And so it is super powerful on top of all of the other things we talked about. Now, of course, it's not just supplements and a Hiwi device. You've got to address your lifestyle and your diet. Cut the amyloid proteins, the conventional chicken, poultry, and beef. Those amyloid proteins in them can mess with your gut by strengthening the biofilm and triggering this viral activity. As it does, the pathogens like E. coli multiply and overtake the good bacteria. This is why we're seeing a rise in all generations of these gut issues and the colon cancers. So you want to focus on proteins like bison, elk, venison, lamb, duck, wild fish, all of that. You will get cleaner nutrition. Avoid the oxalates, foods like spinach, almonds, kale, chocolate. They might seem healthy, but these oxalates can lead to digestive issues, brain fog, joint pain, all of them. And the sulfur foods, those we used to have for detoxing, but now they're backing up our liver due to our modern day food supply that has been hijacked by glyphosate and GMOs, right? So these foods like broccoli, cauliflower, garlic, they actually can cause digestive issues instead of helping with your digestion. Reduce the histamine foods like I mentioned, bananas, avocados, bone broth, sauerkraut. Those can increase the histamine levels in your body and make things worse. Also, you want to moderate your fat intake. Too much fat might be causing your liver to back up even more. Of course, manage your stress and get moving. All of these things are super important for your digestive health. And remember, we are all looking to have better digestion, better gut issues. A lot of people are complaining about weight gain and hormonal issues, all of these things caused by gut issues. The gut is the body's brain. It is where your health is stemming from. So you want to make sure you are focused on your gut health, because it could also prevent things like we're talking about here. So thanks for listening. Our discussion does not have to stop here. If you're feeling lost in the supplement world, just email me through the website. I'm here to help. You can get your free supplement protocol. Just head to sarabantahealth.com, complete the health goals form. You can also follow me on social media at Accelerated Health Products. Join the free group coaching on Telegram. I answer your questions, post insights, and keep you moving forward. Listen anywhere, Accelerated Health with Sara Banta. We are on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, and over 100 platforms. And you can shop now and try some of these supplements with a coupon podcast10 to get 10% off your order. Thanks for joining us here, and have a great week.